Boo! OBS Studios was such a hater. OBS Studios, such a hater. I have been trying to do like a little cool screen share situation with you all. I guess I'm going to have to check it again for next week's live stream, God willing. I'm going to have to test it off of YouTube before I attempt to live stream, because I did try and do like a video screen share situation and also at the same time be able to talk to you all, with my face. But the OBS Studios was only allowing me to screen share my screen, and it's about like almost an hour from the original projected time. I think I wanted to start live streaming around 6:45. It's 7:21 right now. So this video idea that I had for today is definitely not happening, but I did have a backup video idea which we will end up doing today. So the original video idea I wanted to do with you all was more of a painting sort of fun night video, but I will honestly just like preface you all now so you can, prep yourself for next week. So next week, what I want to do is like a little video situation. Next week, I want to do a little like painting sort of situation, and I will have like the video example with the live stream software that I'm going to use. I'm going to have the example here so I can like share my screen and then switch from my computer sharing to the camera facing me. So that's essentially the issue I've been having with this new video sharing software that was like my first time trying it. Super fail. But tonight, happy Friday to my salty pecans. It's Friday then. It's Saturday, Sunday, boom. It's Friday then. It's Saturday, Sunday, boom. I'm not going to play that because every single time I play this, like, video, YouTube automatically copyrights all of my content, even though it was like a 5-second clip, a 10-second clip. YouTube is just like, that's 5-10 seconds too long, and you gotta pay up shoddy. So maybe at the end of the video I might close it out. But tonight, what I want to do, I'm not even sure, is this even sharing my videos? Oh, I don't. Okay, so I think I might, let me see. I think I might just restart this whole live stream again at 7:30. This is just a bit frustrating. Yeah, so I'm gonna end this and then I'm gonna start my live stream all over again because I'm not really all that happy and feeling this. So I don't even know. Am I? All right, 7:24. I think it's connected because I'm checking on my phone right now and the live stream is up. So I think I'm good. But again, if you're just now joining in, I wanted to do a screen share. So I wanted to be able to show you all what I'm looking at on my computer. And also, I wanted to flip the camera so it could look back at me. Not happening. So I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna again have to like test the software out a bit better on my own when on my own time before I start to live stream. So tonight's live stream is just okay. I don't know what's going on. YouTube is like messing with my numbers. I don't know what YouTube is doing. what is it? I don't know. I'm stressing out. Today has been a really off day for me, and I don't even know. All right. I'm kind of getting a little frustrated that nothing is going the way I want it to. What is going on? All right, I'm not even gonna trip. Okay. So, welcome, Salty Pecans, to yet another Friday live stream. I'm going to now essentially do a little like weekly catch up with y'all. This week for me has been extremely stressful. I have been so stressed out this past week. I have just not been in the, I don't know, everything has just been so off. So yesterday I fasted with my best friend for Ramadan. She is Muslim, and it's been a tradition that I do with her for about like the last decade or so, where I fast maybe 1 or 2 days within the month of Ramadan as like a support to her, because she's doing it for the entire, month, for the entire holiday. So me, the Christian Catholic woman, like, to support my best friend, I'm like, all right, let me go ahead and do that with her. So definitely did not drink anything or eat from suhoor to iftar. So suhoor is essentially where you eat before like dawn, right before sunrise, and then you essentially don't eat or consume any liquids, gum, like Tic Tacs, nothing from suhoor. And the time kind of varies, because every day like sunrise is different. So it's like from sunrise, uh, you stop at sunrise, and then sunset is when you can eat, and that's called iftar. So iftar was, I think, yesterday at 7:26. So suhoor, I think, stopped at um like 6:12 a.m. till 7:26 p.m. So I did that to support my bestie boo. Love you, best. Um, so from that, I was, of course, like tired, hungry. And again, I've done this like every year, so I kind of like know what to expect. But my cats, I don't know what their problem was. One in particular, Lola, she is like a brat. Honestly, my cat is such a brat. She is so spoiled. But I was exhausted. I was drained. The weather was horrible. I had like my 9 to 5, and then from my 9 to 5, I had to travel about an hour to the restaurant where we're going to break fast at, and then from 6:30 to like 7 ish, I had like a meeting to do. So I'm like in the meeting, like a Zoom meeting situation, and then 8. Then I come home and I'm like so tired. The weather was not the best. It was like raining last night. I come home and all I could think is like, I want my bed. I'm so tired. I'm so physically like just exhausted and drained. And I could not look forward more to sleeping and getting a good night's rest. And I think I went to sleep around maybe like 11:30 p.m. And Lola the entire night was just not with anything, just running up and down, like fighting Jinx, like pawing at things, like making a whole bunch of noise to, I guess, get my attention, because I've been trying to wean them off of this consistent food that I provide them. So for the last decade, I usually leave like their bowls with food. So, maybe like in the middle of the night, she'll get up and like, go use the bathroom, take a little snacky snack, and then come back and lay in bed. So I know because her bowl was empty, she was kind of like frustrated. She's trying to tell me like, hey, my bowl is empty, but I'm not gonna get up at like 2 a.m. to put crunchies in your bowl. I'm not doing that. So she pretty much made me suffer. So I woke up with like not feeling the very best. I went into the office, and I was in the office for like a couple of hours, and every minute that went by, I just felt like my head was about to explode. The lights were just like burning and it's like so triggering like my eyes and the sounds. And part of my job does include like customer service, right? So some clients will call in, asking, hey, I need like maybe like tax paperwork. So or they'll have like discrepancies with like payments. So we'll have to like look into like payments. So I do have to like speak to clients on the phone sometimes to help them with maybe some issues they have, or if we have like our system that we are mandating them to use in order for X, Y, and Z. The systems, they might be having issues, or there'll be like another system that's down. And then, so I just could not handle it. So I went home early and I needed to rest. Like I took like a good few hours nap and I feel much better. Like I took like a pain reliever, and I'm also someone, I don't like to take pain relievers. Also, I don't like to ingest anything really as much as I can that's not like natural. And I say natural, not organic, but just like natural, like raw, in raw forms. So unless it's like mandated, I try not to take like Tylenol, Advil, whatever, ibuprofen, acetaminophen, anything like that, right? I said the generic and the drug name. The generic name and the like brand name, I said it. So I had to like suck it up, and I took like ibuprofen, and I took a couple hour nap, and I feel like so much better. But I know I was just like super dehydrated, and I think it's because I was fasting yesterday and I didn't get a good night's rest, and my body was already dehydrated and also sleep deprived, and the weather was also not very like uplifting. So that was my long story short. So I know I wanted to live stream today, and I had this brilliant idea again about this whole OBS studios, which my idea was I wanted to be able to, like you're watching me right now, have my camera facing me, and then like I'll click a button and I'll have the camera switch from me, and I would be able to like screen share what's on my computer screen right now. The system is not like allowing me to do it. So I'm kind of a little like bummed out about that, because I really wanted to do this video idea, which is kind of like a painting sort of video idea. I don't know. Well, I might have shared it in some videos in the past, but I'm also a studio arts minor. So I have a degree in like studio arts, and in my high school I was in like a 4-year like arts program for photography, not for photography. And in my undergrad in college, I got like a minor's degree in studio arts. And it was mandated for you to take like the painting and drawing and art classes if you wanted to minor in a art thing, or if you wanted to major in arts, you had to take the prerequisites, which were like the different sort of painting things. So I have like all my camera gear back here, but I also have my art gear. Oh, and I have a new computer chair. I got one of the Herman Miller computer chairs, these ergonomic, good for your back, good for your legs sort of chairs. So your girl is more comfortable now. I don't have to worry about the thing that I had before. So I decided to like take all of my like art supplies, because I really wanted to do like an art situation with you all today. But I think it might be best, because I would like for you all to also have these art supplies for yourself too. So I would just recommend for the next Friday, God willing, right? I would like for you to have on your end a couple like paints, a couple of maybe like canvas or papers. So this really cute video idea that I seen on Facebook, I want to do it with you all. And I'm thinking, why not switch it up? We could do like the planty paint thing. So I have like, the sketch pad. You could just get regular like paper, but something maybe of thicker quality, I recommend. And if you want to get like a variety of different paints, I have like these little mini acrylic paints that there's like a whole bunch of different varieties of color. If you want something a little bit more affordable, you could get this on eBay. I got this. It was like a set of a bunch. It's like a bunch of different colors. You could get this on eBay for not too expensive. For like under $20, you could get like these little mini colors. Or if you want, you can actually go to like the art store and, you know, get more professional paints. But that's all up to you. So that's what I would recommend. And if you could get like a scraper to scrape our little project, literally I have so much like art supplies. I have like film. Yo, I'm such a creative person. I love arts and creativity and all of that jazz. A few years ago, it was one of my sorority sisters. It was her baby shower, and it was like the it was this. So at the baby shower, they put alcohol in this, and you basically have to like sip the alcohol. And I won, so the prize that I chose was like the situation, and it came with a easel and with different paints. So I'm not gonna open this, but I think I'm gonna use the easel to paint with you all next week. So it's just an idea. Think about it and join with me next week, Friday, for our video, and we will do like the little fun painting thing. And I'm also going to by then have the whole OBS studios figured out so I can successfully share my screen with you all, and then just click a button, reverse it back to me so we can get to painting and enjoying ourselves. So since I can't do this tonight, I did have a plan B backup, and the plan B backup would be a repotting video. Because the plant that I want to repot is in dire need. When I say dire, it is in like such like a struggle need to be repotted, and I feel so bad for this plant. I've had it for a few years, and it's begging for me to. I have like my softball. I used to play softball all in high school, all before high school. I did not join the softball team when I went to my undergrad because I wanted to do other things. And not be like confined to such a strict like schedule of like sports. So I opted out of continuing like a sports career, but I'm like such an athlete. You see my legs? These legs are like legs made of steel, okay? The muscle memory that my body has, superb. So the plant that I did have the idea to repot with you all is this here. It is my ZZ Raven that I purchased so long ago. And this thing, I don't know if you could see how distorted. You see this, like these lumps? This plant is so distorted. The rhizomes are begging to like get more space. There's like a golden pothos or like in here that is just like growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. So this plant definitely needs to be repotted. So I have this here, and I think this might be the best for me to repot this in because again, this plant is not having it at all. Let me read the comments. Hi, Beyond the Monstera. Yes, that comment is in regards to me fasting with my best. Hi, Deborah. I don't have it figured out, but next week I will definitely have it figured out by then. Again, it was like my mistake for not honestly giving myself enough time to test it out. because I was trying to test it out like a half hour before the original live stream was scheduled. So my live stream was scheduled for 6:45 originally, or 6:50, and I think I started to test the system around 6:10, and it worked, but I couldn't figure out how to flip this camera screen. So I did see Ruth commented on one of the older streams that I did like 30 minutes ago, and she's just like testing, testing. I did see that, but it just is not letting me. So I'm gonna have to like private that attempt next, that attempt to work the system, so that next Friday when I do come, it works and we're good to go. Okay. But tonight we are going to be repotting this beauty. Okay. And I literally, I'm such an interesting character. My plants, I typically have like these little trinkets and little different things on this. So my good friend Jamal, we have this little like running joke. It's not a running joke, but I don't know if you all have growing up ever did like, oh, punch buggy license, no punch back, right? So, at our grown age of, well, I'm 29 and he's 31. So like at our grown age, years back, we, every time we would see a punch buggy, like both of us would be like, try to like be the first to like, do the punch buggy. And even if we're not like physically in the same space together, right? I would like take a photo of like a punch buggy. Let's say I'm like in New Jersey, right? And he's all the way in Brooklyn. So hours apart. I'll take a photo of like the punch buggy and be like, punch buggy, and like send it to him. So a few Christmases ago, like one of the little gifts that he gave me like, a couple Christmas gifts because we do like friend gift exchange. And I thought this was like the most thoughtful, like sweetest, cutest, funniest thing ever. It's like a keychain, but it's a punch buggy keychain. And again, it's like our running joke. So I love it. All right, let's see. Melvin, big poly energy. Yes, please behave. Okay, behave. Hi, Ruth. What were you gonna say? Okay. Behave. Behave. All right. Don't let me in my Austin Powers voice. Oh, behave. Okay. So I am going to use this pot to repot the ZZ mixed with the golden pothos. So I have my soil, I have my table right here, already pre-opened, because remember our attempt at filming that TikTok real live. If you hear any hissing, I live in New York. I live in a pre-war building, and the reason I say I live in a pre-war building is that everything is old. I think this building I'm living in was built in 1932. So it's still like the old ancient sort of like electric system, same ancient like intercom system, same ancient heating system. So I still have those like pipes, right? That hisses. I have to have my super change the gasket because that thing, or whatever it's called, the steam pipe where the steam comes, because that thing gets really, really loud. Still got the radiators. I live in a good building, but the great thing about older buildings is the size. Okay, we do not have these little 4x4, closet rooms. No, baby, we have these like grand rooms and archways and also I'm fortunate enough, to live like on the top floor. So you can imagine these like 15, 20-foot ceilings. Okay. So I will take a hissing pipe any day for a couple of months during the winter. Right. And then I have more months of beautiful apartment. Okay, and this is something that the super has to come essentially like every winter to like fix and update because the steam builds up and yada yada yada, all that jazz. So that's the hissing sound that you might be hearing. Okay, let me read the comments. um Ruth said the Micans that I won from you about 1.5 years ago are slowly growing. I want it. Oh yeah. Oh good. I'm happy about that. All right. So let's um let's get into this. All right. So I have my computer in my tray. Let me remove my laptop from the tray. I'm gonna just repot. So I don't know if this will be a long video. God, I can't believe I'm already a half hour into this. I don't know how I'm a half hour into this video already. I don't know, man. I don't know. I spend so much time chitter chattering and updating y'all. That's c'est la vie. Such is life. Okay, let me pan my camera down so y'all can see me a little bit better. See me better. See this better. Okay. Deborah says, just took a gummy like 20 minutes ago. ... Let's go. Where you going? Did it hit yet, or is it still taking its time? Oh wow. I'm really curious to see how the roots of this ZZ mix with the golden pothos. I actually do notice though. I do notice that this bottom here is like out. So I know this thing. This container is so distorted. Do y'all keep these plastic pots? I know a lot of people, they don't keep these. They're the growers pots, right? A lot of people just like repot into a terracotta and then they trash these things. I keep them because I propagate a lot. I also upgrade plants too. So not every single time that I want to repot a plant, I have something available. So I keep my plastic pots. One fits inside the other. I have like a literally a plant closet where I keep like a bunch of pots, a whole bunch of like plant supplies, and then I have this whole other like cabinet that is like an extra side cabinet here in this room for more plant products, plant related products. This thing is like hard. So I just keep them. And also when I do like to like give plants away, if it's something that I can ship or if it's something that I don't have to ship and I can like give someone that's a plant that's actually potted up, I just use the plastic things. So ain't no shame in my game. So actually, and if I see like people like throwing them away, right? I'll ask for them because you never know. Ooh, let's look at this root porn. Wow, Nelly. Ooh. Look at these roots. Yikes. This plant needed a new pot. That plant seriously needed a new pot. Yeah, you're gonna make me have to put my glasses on because these comments are so far away. All right, let's see. Deborah says, I'm seasoned, so it takes a while. Okay. Put us on. Do tell, do tell. Oh. Ruth said, I have so many plastic pots. I use them and store some in the garage. I literally have like, well, right now, oh, boom. Perfect example. I have this poinsettia that my name, oh, I tell these like poinsettia stories every year. So one of our neighbors, she, like, God bless her soul, she moved into the building a few years ago, and she has like taken it upon herself to actually like landscape our building. So she's made the front of our building just like so beautiful. And she's also a plant person. I haven't really spoken to her in regards to like the plant love, but what I have done is when I have like extra like plants materials, sometimes I would purchase the incorrect thing. So I just leave them like for her. I'll tell her like, hey, I have like this huge like huge bag of like soil that I don't need. And like I've given them to her so she'll like repot plants outside. We have a lot of the perennials, we have a lot of like the flowers that grow in the colder months. Homegirl does it. So she gives every single person in this building a poinsettia for Christmas. So literally I think a couple of days after Thanksgiving, we'll like open our front door and you look down and you just see a poinsettia in front of everyone's apartment from like the top down. And she also puts like poinsettias like in our lobby. So cute. So this poinsettia, is trying. I I still haven't really figured out how to care for these, but what I do know is that they don't like to be near the window or near the cold. So I just keep it over here and it's managing. So back to the point of me talking about this. These are like the plastic pots. I mean, I literally have like plastic pot and plastic pot and plastic pot. I have DIY plastic pot that I wanted to make it look cute, so I added this like faux moss. You know what I mean? I have more plastic pots. So keep your pots is what I'm saying. Okay. So I'm seriously a plastic pot hoarder. I'm such a plastic pot hoarder that I actually ordered like grower pots. So I have like a whole bunch of like the smaller ones. Um, somewhere here, because I have like a whole bunch of like plant supplies and like products here. So nevertheless, I can talk. Jesus, damn, I can talk. Okay, so this is the ZZ. I'm not really gonna disturb much of the soil because I know the golden pothos is on here, and I'm not gonna bother it much. But again, I know this thing seriously is like in dire need. That's insane. I was not expecting it to be that juicy looking. All right, let's create our soil medium, and we're gonna use this container. And you know what's so perfect? Remember, I told y'all my coworker, he's the one that's given me a couple of these like plant supply things. So I think it's perfect because the way this pot is set up, like, you can see my finger. So any soil, any like soil medium, growing medium that's in here will literally just like pour out of here every time. So it's so perfect that he has given me these like some time ago, like a couple weeks ago, and I can actually put it to use. So the little one is too small. Let me see how the larger one will fit. Ooh, perfect. Perfect. The only thing I'm kind of afraid about these sort of like meshy things is the soil. And when I say not the soil, is for the roots. And I only say that because some roots are thicker than others. So when I'm thinking about the thinner roots, right, all I could just think is like this thing is gonna like go in here, right, and like get caught. So when in like 30 years when I decide to repot this plant, because I hate repotting plants, I hope that the roots do not get lodged in this and like ruin the root system. But it's not that serious, honestly. I have broken plenty of roots in my lifetime, so what's what's really gonna happen? Oh, excellent. All right, so I first placed this little black disc thing, okay, like here, for extra like soil capture. So you see the black mesh. Now you see me, right? And then now you see the black mesh. And now I'm gonna add this little thingy. So it adds extra, what is the word? Like sieve sieve, right? It's hard. It's hard sometimes to think of like English words. Sieve and sift are English words, but that's not really the word I'm looking for. But yeah, drainage prevention, soil retention, something along that line is what I'm trying to say. Okay. I'm reading the comments right now. So Melvin says, I'm pretty sure I was a plastic plant order at one point. I did read that already. Deborah said, what a sweet thing to do. Good to hear the kindness alive and well in this hot mess of a sitch in the U.S. Factual data. Ruth said, poinsettia live in Mexico in the sun and are like trees. I kept mine outside for 3 years. What? But last year I didn't bring it in and it froze. Oh my gosh. Wow. So you think I should keep the poinsettia towards the window? Is it cold or... Okay. So Ruth says that ZZ is going to attack you with love once it's repotted. When I tell you these ZZ plants just grow like crazy, I have 2 in my home right now. There's this baby right here. Okay. Love it. I have the gigantic one in my kitchen, which is like up to my shoulders. I have a Zenzi at the office. So I keep my ZZ Zenzi, which is like the dwarf. Hopefully no one's offended by that. The dwarf ZZ plant. I have that in my office. And I have the Raven. And this was like before this. So this is not Acosta Farms Raven. This is like one of the original like Raven ZZs. Before Costa Farms got its hands on it and decided to like mass produce it. So I remember when I got this plant, I was like so excited. I had traveled all the way to like West Bubblefuck, like Queens location. It was like so far for me to get this cutting from this girl. And I was really, really happy about it. These were like the heydays of like YouTube where people just got really excited to just like get cuttings of things. Again, pre-Costa Farms, because Costa Farms was more about the typical, pothos, syngoniums, but now Costa Farms is in like the serious business of like rare plants like Thai constellations and elemental P, all of that. So that's where I got that ZZ Raven from. Let me do my soil mix with y'all. In the comments, write your recommendation for this ZZ mix that you think I should do. Should I give it more of a well-draining sort of soil mix, or should I give it more of a peaty, cocoa, coir-y mix? Let me know while I scoot over and just grab my bag of soil mix. My substrate mix. I keep saying soil. All right. Ruth says, if you ever go to Costa Rica, you will be in heaven. Monsteros along the roadside and alone as everywhere. What? Okay, the window will cause the poinsettia to burn. Okay, makes sense. Don't put poinsettia in the window. Ease it outside. Okay. Daughter Nature says, I have a regular ZZ and a Raven, and neither of them have done anything for me. They look healthy, but no new growth ever. So, just be patient with your ZZ and your Raven and your regular ZZ, because I think once it's happy, they will just like start pushing out so much new growth. Don't overwater them. I kind of let my ZZs go more on the like begging for water, because I'm afraid of the rhizome, which is like their root system. I'm afraid of that getting mushy and like dying off my plant. So I kind of, in general, like most of my plants, except for the ones that I know 100% will not do well in a dry environment. Like I would never, ever, ever, never, ever, ever let this thing like dry out. This thing likes to constantly be moist. And this is the only sort of Marantha calathea, however you want to pronounce it, sort of plant in my collection. And I'm just now noticing, because I picked it up to show you. Oh, look at this. This is new growth. This is new growth. I'm so excited. Oh, I did let this, I did not listen to my own advice and did let this kind of, neglected it during the summer months, because like my room gets really hot. And sometimes I don't realize how hot it gets. That's why till this day, I've gone through, embarrassingly, I think I've had 6 Hoya linearis in my houseplant collecting lifetime. And all 6 have died because they've been too dry, too hot. And I thought that I was watering it enough. No, every single time I don't give it enough water. So certain plants, like I know I'll never like neglect the watering, but then there are other ones that I'm just like, yeah, I'll get to another time. You know what I mean? So yeah, with the Zamioculcas zemifolia, you ignore them. Don't pay them attention, because the more attention you pay them, the more they're like, oh. It's like a watch pot of water never boils, or however that saying goes, right? So like I said, my soil mix. No. More plastic pots. Okay, so for this, I'm going to give it some good drainage. And as always with perlite, be careful with perlite dust. Perlite dust is like cancerous, and it's really bad for like your lungs. So just be careful when you use perlite. I'm going to just do this far away and have as much like powder, not like, be in the air. I'm not going to like pour it from like up here, like, and have dust all in the air. Minimal dust. I love using soil. For me, I love to use soil. There are a lot of people who like swear against soil. They're like, I don't add soil in anything. And I'm like, all right, love. I don't know how your plants will survive outside in nature. That's just me though. So I like to add soil in all of my plants. Just me though. Just me. Do what works for you. No judgment. So non-judgment. These are hydro balls, aka Leca. I got this from the Petco, the plant supply store. Pretty affordable. You can also get these from IKEA and from like Home Depot, Lowe's, and other plant supply stores. But I got these from Petco. They're the same thing, just a different make and model. No, just a different model, but same make. This is some peat moss. I'm going to be heavy on the peaty. Very heavy on the peat moss. You now see. I just can't wait to come on. Black lights, vicious red. I think I also have to put an order in for some orchid bark. I literally don't have any orchid bark. So I'm gonna have to put an order for orchid bark. This is like all I have left. So I know I need to honestly get everything. This is not much soil. This is not much soil. Also, yeah, I think I have to do a big plant supply run. Maybe this weekend. So I can get some things and re-up from my supplies. Because as a plant parent, I don't think there's anything more stressful than not having what you need. And then having to go to the store and it not being available. A few years back, I think like 2020, 2021. So from like 2020 to early 2021, I was having the hardest, difficultest luck finding terracotta pots. I could not find terracotta pots anywhere, and it was pissing me off because pre-pandemic it was like an influx of terracotta pots, and then pandemic hit, and I can't find that from anywhere. So, like I said, it's frustrating not being able to find what you need. So it's best to have back stock of whatever you need. So when you run out, you don't have to panic. Because it's always when you need it, you can't find it. All right. Where's my shovel? Thingy. Unapologetic when we fuck up tonight. Fuck up tonight. We getting fucked up tonight. We don't till you see stuff. Till you see stuff. Till you elevate. Till you be gonna feel like falling in love. I'm in love with something up. I got a shovel. Sexy bodies on my body. Hit me like me, everybody. These unprofessional. Mean and don't let it go. Da, 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 da. Do the you. Da, 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 da. Da, da, you. Da, 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 da. Da, da, da. We're gonna fuck up tonight. Black lights. Vicious bad, vicious bad. Unapologetic when we fuck up tonight. We're gonna fuck up tonight. Hi, Jennifer. When am I visiting Massachusetts? Ooh, Chile. I have no clue when I'm gonna visit Massachusetts. I was in Massachusetts in 2021. I'm not sure. I'll be so open to visiting a lot of places, but it's really like finding the place. I mean, finding the time, and then finding like a reason to really be out there. And also, I'm not a big fan of like cold weather. I already live in New York. So if I were to visit like Boston, it would definitely be like in the warmer months, right? Like I went to Rhode Island in 2020. Yeah, I think I went to Boston in 2020 or 2021 for my birth. 2020, I think I went to Boston for my birthday. Not Boston, I said Rhode Island. And it was so dope because that's, oh my gosh, I told you this story though. I went to Rhode Island, and Melvin was just like, Melvin lives in Rhode Island. Yeah. So that's where, Pamela, get your thoughts together. That's where the hotel that we stayed at, the people, they were super, super, super like kind. And I was just like, gasp, like, oh my gosh, can I like please have like a cutting of your plant that's in the lobby? And the girl's just like, go ahead, like I could like give $2, right? Beep. So she gave me like a cutting, and it was, so that cutting on top of like a mix of other plants and whatnot is what turned into this baby right here. My coworker gave me this pot for my birthday last year, and he already told me what it's named. So this is the sticker that's inside of it. Y'all can't see it, but it says my future plant name is Four Eyes. So I put this beauty in here, this beautiful, beautiful Skindapsis jade satin. And Four Eyes has like beautiful little like curly side hair. So I got that from Rhode Island. So Massachusetts, I'm so open to visit Massachusetts. I have plenty of like my fave planty friends there. Pam is near Massachusetts. Pam's Pretty Plants. Alex from B-Town HauzPlant is also in Massachusetts. I'm assuming you're in Massachusetts too, Jen. So I'm super open to it. I would just have to like be like two birds with one stone. Like, what am I going there for? Instead of me just being like, oh, adventure, let me just find something to do. I kind of like to like have things like planned and know, all right, this is what I'm gonna do. These are the options that I have, and let's do what we got to do. Okay, but I'm open to visiting anytime though. All right, so I'm gonna loosen. I said I wasn't going to earlier, but I think I'm just gonna mix some of the topsoil in with this new soil that I'm mixing. I don't really care like to disturb the roots. Like I'm just gonna try to again use as much of the old soil as I can and mix it with the new soil. And ooh, can I show you a beautiful little surprise? Can I show y'all? Can I show you a beautiful little surprise that I'm just noticing now? Mírame. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. My salty peeps. Right here. This is a new grad point. So this ZZ literally only had one leaf, by the way. This had one adult leaf. So far this winter, spring, it's given me these two babies, and it looks like it's about to give me a third one. So fingers crossed it's like viable and strong and not like disappointing like the ZZ has been. And you know, like for shits and giggles and for the heck of it, I think I'm also going to just cut this off, like this leaf off, so I can propagate a ZZ leaf. I've propagated a few ZZ leaves already, and I've given them to my coworkers like last year. So those have like actually pushed out a whole bunch of like new growth because I just propagated too. So they both pushed out new growth already. So this one is going to be like for myself now. So we're also going to do that in this video too. And we are 55 minutes in to today's live stream. I'm sorry for pointing the time out. I hope it's not frustrating where I'm like, oh, I've been doing this for X amount of hours and minutes. Like, I'm happy to be here. So I'm not saying like, oh, I'm here for so long, but I'm just still surprised at how long I'm chatting. I'm chatting with y'all. All right. One thing I love about plants is like literally getting my hand in the soil. Unless you're someone who like the little minor splinters like do like get, you know, irritate your hands, because that actually does happen sometimes. My hands will get irritated by the very tiny broken pieces of like chips, wood chips. All right. And I'm going to add osmocote. Okay, so osmocote are just like these little fertilizing pellets. I'm going to just, they're like slow release. Okay, so this is also how I cook, right? Not with osmocote, but when I cook, I don't like measure, right? You know, I'll be like, it's good enough. Grab other seasoning. I eyeball everything, okay? And it always come out finger licking good, baby. Let me tell you that. But what I don't eyeball is when it comes to like baking. Baked goods, you actually have to like be more precise with your measurements, because too much elevation powder, your thing is done. So I'm gonna put a tiny bit of soil at the bottom. You see, I'm so happy about this mesh thing. Ooh, before I do that, I'm gonna try to do both of the mesh sizes, okay? Because he gave me two sizes, and I'm gonna see if this will take both sizes for me. So it's kind of like double filter. That's the word I'm looking for. Remember, I was saying, excuse me, I was saying like sieving, filter. That's the word I was looking for. Excuse me. I'm gonna use this as like a double filter. Like, I'm talking so much, I feel like I'm just taking in a bunch of like air. I'm taking in a bunch of like air. I'm here like chatting. And if this is becoming too difficult, I'm gonna just vaguely, I'm gonna just forget it. All right, we did it. All right, so I put both of the little mesh filters in here. All right. Wow, I'm so pissed off. I did that a little too rough. All right, one more time. 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 All right. Let's do this again. Be a little more gentle this time. Not so rough. Put like a inch or two layer worth of soil at the bottom of here. Grab the beauty of the hour and place it in here. Okay, like so. And I'm just gonna start packing soil on the side. I might have to do the extra soil mix. Everyone you meet, they're dancing to the street all night long, all night, all night, all night long, all night, all night, all night, all night long, all night, all night. Can you let me know what is like your genre of music preference? Like, what is your favorite genre of music? And do you think you can guess what my favorite genre of music is? Please take a wild guess what my favorite genre of music. I'm patting the sides so the soil can, get in the nooks and crannies. Please share with me your music like genre. So there's like hip hop, R&B, rock, rap. Is bossa nova a genre? There's funk music. I love music. Like, I love music so much. All right. I'm going to share it with y'all now because I'm impatient and I just want to like share with you all. I actually love soft rock. That's like my favorite genre of music. So think of like the Phil Collins, the Lionel Richies, the Peter Gabriels, the what would Madonna be? Madonna's not soft rock, right? What genre is like Madonna in? But like girls just wanna have fun. I forgot her name. Cindy Lautner. Like that type of music. Oh, Madonna's pop. It's like Cindy Lautner pop also. I really love like pop music. But soft rock is my ultimate like favorite. And then R&B is like my next favorite. I love R&B. A good like old R&B. Cyndi Lauper. I said I couldn't get the name right. But I love like that type of music. And like cultural music like compa, I love compa. But recently, as in the last 5 years, I've been super into Afro beats. So think of like the Burna Boy, the Thames, the Wizkids. Oh, music is definitely live. Yep, I love classic rock so much. There's a song, I think like my favorite song. It's uh it's In Your Eyes by Peter Gabriel, and that's like a 13-minute like situation, like the full version. But the radio version is about like 3-4 minutes. It's like, love, I get so lost sometimes. Days pass and this emptiness fills my heart. When I want to run away, I drown out in my car. But whichever way I go, I come back to the place you are. All my instincts, they returned. The grand facade so soon will burn. Without a noise, without my pride, I reach out from the inside. In your eyes, the light, the heat, your eyes, I am complete. Your eyes, to see the doorway, the revolution, the resolution of all the ruthless soldiers. Oh, I see the light and your heat. Like, that's my jam. I love that song so much. I came upon that song, I think it was like senior year of high school, and that song like really like pulled me through like so many weird phases like I was going through like at my like 16-year-old 17-year-old song, my 17-year-old self. And ever since then, like that till this day, that's like my favorite, ultimate favorite song on earth. And then, you know, there's other things that like I enjoy listening to as well, but that's my jam. So listen to it. It's In Your Eyes by Peter Gabriel. I of course love I just said his name, Phil Collins. I'm a huge Phil Collins fan. And it's just so beautiful that like even though he's been like a musician for quite a while, he really didn't get a break in the music industry until like he was like older than like 40s, 50s. So it's kind of like a Susan Boyle situation where, you know, you want something, you live life, X, Y, and Z, but then when you get to an older age, you decide to actually pursue what you like and you find success in it. So it's never too late to try new things, to embark on new endeavors. Like, never limit yourself. If you want to do it, do it. Because, like, ultimately, we're all gonna like die. So why not live a life that, you know, you're kind of like proud of? I put too much perlite in this. Hold on. I'm just gonna add a little bit more top dressing, but just a light amount. I don't need much. Oh, I wanna feel that complete. I wanna touch the light, the fear in your eyes. Love, I don't like to see so much pain, so much wasted. I need to die, working so hard just to keep us alive. And all my instincts, they return, and the grand facade so soon will burn. Without noise, without my pride, I reach out from the inside. And like I said, I just measure like with my eyeballs. In your eyes. Your eyes. In your eyes. In your eyes. Your eyes. In your eyes. I have like a half a mind to just chop this situation up And this, by this situation, I mean this golden pothos. I just like have half of mine, but I'm not because I just repotted this. So there should be plenty of space for them to continue to cohabitate. Am I the only person? Obviously, I'm not the only person. So it's like a serious but rhetorical question. Am I the only person who likes to pot more than one plant in one container? So like more than one variety of plant in a container? I find that I have to be careful. Remember, I showed y'all that little new growth from the other ZZ? Yeah. So I gotta make sure I leave like Deb, did the edible hit yet? Are you feeling it? Let us know. Let us know. Oh, perfect. Excellent. Excellent. All right. So this is repotted. Only took me an hour and 11 minutes. And now, time to water. I have my container. I actually, in general, I like to soak my plants. So I'm going to do that. Give me 1 second. Let me grab my bucket. All right. I'm going to put it in the watering bucket. And the reason I'm soaking is because I added a whole bunch of like fresh, like fresh soil medium. So there's like the bark, there's the dry bark, there's the dry leca, there's the very dry perlite, there's the dehydrated peat moss, right? So all of that dryness, pouring water over this is not going to, in my opinion, do much, right? Because I wanted everything to soak and absorb and be as well juiced up for me to, so I can like establish that, okay, this thing is like really watered. Okay. So I like to soak certain plants, especially the ones that I know are like super dehydrated, super like hydrophobic. So I also like to top water though. Okay. I prefer top watering because there are superficial roots. Superficial roots are like the top layer roots, the ones that are like on top. They're not like deep, dark. They're kind of like white, bright on top. So I like to top water all of my plants. And if need be, if they need to be soaked, then I'll let them soak. But the top water is very crucial, very essential. Okay. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to let this chill for like, honestly, like at least a half hour, maybe an hour even. And once that's done, I'm just going to let it drain in here. Once it's done draining, I'm going to put it back in the kitchen where it lives and cross my fingers that the new little growth point does successfully continue to grow and climb, but it should. I don't see why it wouldn't. I really didn't disturb it as much. And look how this baby is doing. I actually soaked this plant yesterday. So since repotting it, I hadn't given it a soak at all or haven't given it a watering. So yesterday I did finally decide to soak this entire plant because it needed to be watered. So happy I let it drain and it's back where it lives. But this is the baby we repotted together about a month ago now. Believe it or not, it's so crazy how fast time is going. And let me give y'all a quick update also on the monstera that we did cut about 2 Fridays ago. So 2 Fridays ago we did the social media video where I did like that TikTok reel video with you all together, and we repotted, not repotted, we chopped it up. So let me go ahead and get that for you. I'm sorry if I'm like flashing y'all, my bad. My clothing is not cooperating with me right now. I have this pillow for my cats. So when I'm like sitting and editing, they love to be on me, right? So when I'm sitting and editing, I like to have like a pillow on the floor for them. So this is like my cat's like little sleeping bed for the office. In your eyes, in your eyes, all right, so this is the same plant in the same container. I have not added, I have not like thrown out the water and like continuously change the water out. What I do with all of my like water rooted plants, I let it live in the same original water and I just top it off whenever the water goes down. So I've topped this water off multiple times in the last 2 weeks. This is just living in it. I had like other flowers in it this week, but as you can see, this is 2 weeks worth of root growth, and every single cutting inside of this has roots. If it doesn't have roots, which all of them have roots, the eye, like it has a new growth point. So for example, this one, right? It has a root, also has a new growth point. This one, roots. Look at all the juicy roots. Every single one has a root and or a new growth point. Okay, so I'm really happy about these monsteras. They look really good. I can't complain. So I'm going to eventually like repot this. And this bad habit that I have with every time I chop a plant up and I add that plant in water is that I no longer have a desire to add it back into soil. So I have always, every single time I do this, I never put a plant back in soil. Like I chopped up this, I don't even see the original one where the original plant is, but I chopped up the, is it the white queen? White, what is this one? The pothos? The snow queen, I think, yeah. The snow queen pothos. Like I chopped it up, I rooted it, and I'm like, oh, you look actually cuter in the water, so I'm just not gonna put you back in soil. I have like, I'll show you like this little tray. I'm trying not to like yank other plants. Let's put this on the floor. Like I have this little tray of crystals and water and plants. So, and that's just like one of many. Like last year I did a plant sale and I chopped up like this pink princess and and it's like been in here in this water ever since, and this plant is just like getting bigger and bigger, and I'm just like, I really don't feel like putting you in soil. I have this Royal Hawaiian purple Calyx, kept it in water. And so basically that's what I just do with all these plants. I chop them up, I put them in a container. This is like a soju bottle. Is it soju? No, this is sake. I have this sake little container. Put these in here. They've pushed out so many leaves in here already. And this was in January. I put this in here. Forgot about it. So yeah, that's my toxic plant parent habit. Okay. So with that being said, salty peeps. Ooh, before I go, I did say I wanted to do one more thing with you all, and that is to chop up one of the leaves. So I'm gonna do that. Let me get my scalpel, and scalpel this plant. I like using a scalpel because it allows me to get as far into where I want to get versus, you know, the larger pots. I said pots. Trimmer thingies. All right. So this is the one that I want to chop. As you can see, it looks like a little bit of damage here, but that's the other leaf. So you see ZZs, they grow like two at a time. So I did cut one from here and then cut one from another plant that is no longer with us in here. So I'm just gonna use my scalpel to make sure I'm cutting with the right end. And can you see a good angle? I'm just gonna scalpel it like that. Okay. Got that. Where's my rooting hormone? That's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna dip it in some rooting hormone if I can find where I put it. I have my rooting hormone here. All right, I don't see where I have my rooting hormone. Is it in the kitchen? Or was the last time I used it? I shipped out some plants earlier this week on Monday, and I remember I was using it then, but I put it back over here. So it should be somewhere over here. All right, salty peeps. So for now, I'm just going to let this dry, right? Callus a smidge bit, and then I'm going to suspend it over some sort of like container thing. And I also think to help with the suspension, I'm going to use one of the grafting clips, right? So just make sure this is not like painful for this. Yeah, okay, I just want to see. All right, I'm gonna keep it at the tip as much as I can, and I'll find one of like the billion like containers of water I have in this apartment, and I'm just gonna like honestly like this, just let it chill where it's like at a level where the tip is in the water enough to form a root that's going to then turn into a little rhizome. And once that rhizome gets going, I'm going to seriously repot it into that. And I promise I'm going to do that. I'm going to keep that promise to myself where I'm going to make sure I put this in soil once it's established enough to be repotted. Okay, I promise to myself and to you all. With that being said, salty peeps, thank you so much for watching today's video. Thank you for joining me on this Friday night live stream. It's Friday then. It's Saturday, Sunday thing. Ding, 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 ding. So I can't play that song because YouTube literally copyrights all these videos and all of the revenue that I would potentially be making, right? They give it to like the artist and the music label, and I'm sorry that I used a 5-second clip of your stupid fun song. Gosh. So I'm going to now like head over to my mom's and have some dinner with the fam bam for tonight. Again, I'm feeling so much better this morning. I was not feeling good all earlier today. I was not feeling good, but I'm feeling good now. So I'm ready to go see the family and spend some time with them, come home and just relax. Ooh, don't forget though, next week, if you join my live stream later or if you're like in and out, right? Next week, I want to do a little painting thing with you all. So if possible, if you can get maybe some like paint supplies, right? A variety of different paint colors, because I want to do a video where I show you my screen and we're gonna kind of like do it together, you know, to switch it up. What is the thing that I was showing y'all? To switch it up. Ooh, all the soil is making me like irritated. That's me. Okay. You know, get little paints, nothing too pricey. Again, you can get like this exact set of, I don't remember how many was in here. I think it's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, either like 18 or 20 different varieties of colors is in here. You can get something like that. And the video is so cute that I wanted to share with you all, but it's not working. Okay. So don't forget, get your little paints and get your your like little sketch pad, or if you want to use the canvas, it's all up to you. So I would say maybe get like from like the dollar store. You don't have to spend a lot of money, honestly. Get maybe like a sketch pad from the dollar store, get some thicker quality paper, and maybe like get yourself like a canvas from Target for like $2-3. And we're gonna like have a little fun painting session together. We'll have fun, do like different little projects, and I will be able to share with you all that video that I think Ruth kind of seen a little clip of it in my first attempt at doing the OBS thing that was a fail. So we're going to play that video. I already have it saved on my Facebook. So next week I'll share with you all. Then we'll flip the screen back to me and we'll just have fun together. Okay. So I will see you on the next one. Salty Pecans. Let's get growing. If you aren't already, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you aren't already. Become a Salty Pecan because we're pretty awesome here. And follow me on my other social media networks, platforms at HauzPlant, HauzPlant. I'm going to put it up there. Ruth says she saw nothing. Oh, the test was not working. Dang. All right. So good. No spoilers then. So next week, I will have the little video ready for you all. And I also am going to try to film some pre-recorded videos too to have so I can upload for next week instead of just doing a live stream. I will do a live stream and then also have like a pre-recorded video before the live stream, like maybe on like Tuesday or Monday or like Wednesday, Thursday, whatever. Any day before Friday, I will have like a pre-recorded video up. I just don't know when yet because I haven't filmed anything, and whatever I do have filmed, pre-filmed, I haven't edited yet, so I have to get to that. But I think this week I might hold off, though. I think I want to do a Hoya collection video to film or an entire like spring houseplant collection video. So either way, this weekend I'm gonna try to film a collection video. I don't know if I'm gonna do a full collection video or a Hoya. I think I might do Hoya because it's less time and a little bit quicker versus me going through this entire like manic houseplant collecting. Okay, so thank you again, salty peeps. I love you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me on this Friday night. I have to make my own music. That's what I want to do. I have to make my own songs, my own beats, so I could play with you all without any like hate from YouTube. Okay, because you know that CEO, she stepped down. I wonder why. I wonder, Susan Crooked. All right, sorry, I didn't mean any of that, YouTube. Love you all. See you in the next one. Let's get going.